And finally, after a long wait, here is the final episode of the Armenia campaign in Europa Barbarorum 2. So what we're going to do in this episode I'm going to keep it short. Also because I've tried to record this twice now, and the game has frozen. So I'm just going to do this as quickly as possible. I'm going to wait a turn or so, and then I'm just going to attack. But in any case, you know what? I'm just going to attack now. Okay, push those guys back. So I was actually trying to what I was trying to do was starve them out. And every single time as I was trying to starve them out in Babylon, Babylon's the important city here to get the final tier of the reforms. So with the final tier of the reforms, you turn Armavid from the seat of power into the ancestral capital, and that is the final tier. But what happened was it kept freezing during the end turn stage. So I'm going to end the turn here, construct some siege equipment. I should have really used my other army to get these Nabateans to get back. But what's done is done. So unfortunately, since things have become a little bit unstable near the end of this campaign here, I'm going to take Babylon as quickly as possible and then show off the final tier of the Hayastan reforms, which, as I've mentioned before, are some of the most involved, the most complicated reforms in EB2. So let's assault Babylon here. Yeah, that went well. They didn't have too many forces in the city. So let's sack it. Babylon is ours. Military occupation. Oh, and let's fix everything. And military occupation. And then perhaps we'll get the reform next turn, I believe. But yeah, Seleucia is not the important part of this process here. So let's see. I'm excited. Personally, in my personal campaigns, I've gone deep into Koinon Helenon campaigns, Pontic one and Armenian one, a Bactrian one, but the only one where I've gotten to the final tier of a very complex reform process is the Saka, personally. So this is going to be very cool to see. So let's end the turn. And as I said, Babylon is the important one here. It's a little bit non-historical, but I suppose this is like a post, or like a para-historical reform here, because Armenia never took Babylon. But it did become sort of an imperial power in the 1st century BC. So, yeah, I'm excited. Now, imperial culture, there you go. Hayastan's armies have conquered great swaths of rich and ancient lands, expanding Armenian control and influence far and wide. Acquisition of new territories comes hand in hand with the access to a vast and diverse pool of native populations and stimulates mingling of peoples and cultures. As a result, the faction's culture is changed from Eastern tribal to Eastern imperial. This reform enables construction of the advanced imperial administration and the establishment of imperial and ancestral capitals. The king has grown powerful enough to avoid relying on satraps who are not always very trustworthy and can implement direct rule over another region of his realm. Excellent! Oh, and Sinope has grown. That's nice. Let's upgrade it. So there you have it. We've done it. So let's upgrade Armavir to an ancestral capital. I guess I'm trying to think here how this process works. Do I have to destroy the seat of power and then build it, or can I build it in Samosata? I'm not entirely sure. But in any case, our culture has finally changed to Eastern Imperial. We are no longer an Eastern tribal kingdom. We've taken Babylon. Everyone is happy except for Antiochia. Well, we'll handle that later. But yeah, you know what? I'm pretty happy with the way this playthrough turned out. We got to show off all of the reform tiers, right? So, oh, okay. So now we can construct an imperial seat in Arbela. Can we do so in Babylon? I guess I'd have to see. But, I mean, that's actually pretty historical because, of course, Tigran, when he became Tigran II, king of Armenia from 95 to 55 BC, when he became a king of kings, he created a new capital in this area right here and called it Tigranakert. And that was his new imperial capital, where while Artashat over here remained the capital of Armenia, right? So, and that remained the capital for a while. So, yeah, it's actually pretty cool that your imperial capital can be constructed in a different province. And I would want to construct it in Samosata, but perhaps it has to be a large city, like Arbela. Ganzak is not a large city. I can make it in Ekbatana, which would be cool. How about Trapezus? Nope. Yeah, looks like it has to be a large city, so it can be in Antioch. And you know what? I think I'll build it in Antioch. That'll give me access to 2 Lancers, Turioforoi, more recruitment slots, or actually less recruitment slots. You know what? And if I make it in Arbela, I get access to horse archers. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I should make it in Arbela. Susa would be cool too. That a Neo-Achaemenid Empire. I'm gonna make the other capital in Susa. So there you have it. Those are the Armenian reforms. You know what? I'm going to end the turn here. And I just want to see if I get access to ancestral capital in Armavir afterwards, because I know you can construct that. So let's end the turn here. Just see what happens. but I've pretty much done everything I want to do. My culture is now Eastern Imperial. And that is truly the final tier of the reforms. There's nothing else you can do as Hayastan in terms of the reforms. Now all you have to do is consolidate and fight the rest of your enemies, and you're pretty much golden. I've pretty much defeated my biggest enemy, the Seleucids. The Seleucids are still strong, but I crushed them and took their big Iranian provinces, including Arbela and Edessa and Susa especially, all the way to Raga and Ecbatana. So, yeah, I'm not worried about them anymore. Okay, so unfortunately, I got the end turn bug again just now. So, you know what? This is going to be the end of this Let's Play, unfortunately. But I hope you had fun. It was a long journey. This was my first Let's Play I ever made on the channel. So I'm very happy that I was finally able to finish off the reforms. So it's been a nice journey, a cool journey. Thank you very much to Heath Dion for donating an internal SSD for my laptop for the channel. It really helps me out. Even with Medieval 2, I've noticed load times are a lot nicer, especially with heavier mods like EB2. That's unfortunately one of the reasons why it took quite a while to get this episode out there. Because my save files were stuck on the spinning hard drive that I removed when I replaced it with the SSD. So in that time I was able to pick up an HDD enclosure to turn it into an external HDD, and I was able to get the saves off of there, including other files. So yeah, thank you to Heath Dion, our Cataphract member. If anyone would like to become a member and support the channel, there's a link in the description below. But in any case, if you like content about the historical Total Wars, Let's Plays covering mods, vanilla, doesn't matter, anything about the historical Total Wars, then thank you for your support for the channel. It means a lot to me. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.